Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. Grade 5, really, I missed you to attend in our school. And this is the first session for live streaming for today with grade 5. This is Mustafa Al-Jafarawi, my teacher. Okay. Continue with what we last time we studied how to subtract the mixed number. Okay. Our lesson for today is in chapter 9, lesson 13, subtract with renaming. Okay. Before we start our lesson, please prepare yourself and bring your book and diary. Write your homework for today is page number 693, examples number 1, 2, and 3. And today's lesson is subtract with renaming. Okay, before we start, we make some warm up about what we studied last, how to subtract mixed number. Okay, go back here from this slides for PowerPoint. Here, for some vocabs we studied before, this mixed number, rename, and equivalent fractions. Okay, what mean for mixed number? Mixed number contains of a whole and fraction, like 3 and 2 out of 5, 8 and 4 out of 9. Whole, 3 and fraction 2 out of 5. Here, whole is 8 and 4 out of 9. Okay, now here, go for the warm up. Back to the warm up. Here, please. Look here, the warm up. How to subtract a mixed number. Give an example to remind you what we studied before. For example, 7 and 3 out of 8 minus 2 and 1 out of 8. Okay, before we start or to answer this one, this is a mixed number minus a mixed number. Okay. About the fractions of like or alike, who can answer me? These fractions, is that like or alike? Okay, 3 out of 8, 1 out of 8. They are like or alike with the same denominator. They called what? Like fractions. Okay, now I can subtract normally. Subtract whole and whole. The answer will be 7 minus 2 is 5. And then subtract the fractions. When we subtract fractions that with the like fractions, okay, just subtract denominators only. 3 minus 1 is 2, and keep denominator. Now, this is the final answer. Anyone? This is the final answer of this. 5 and 2 out of 8. This is the final answer. Nothing more. Remember, write the answer in simplest form. 5 and 2 out of 8 is the answer, but this is not in simplest form. Okay, we divide by which one? The greatest common factor is 2 and 8, both of them in table 2. I divide both of them by 2. Now the answer will be 5 in the whole. Okay, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now the final answer is 5 and 1 out of 4. Okay. Any question about this? This we studied before, how to subtract mixed number. Okay. Now back to our lesson about the vocab. Okay, we know what to mix it. Now we rename. Rename means we change the number to another one. For example, 7 and 2 out of 5. It will be 6 and 7 out of 5. Okay. How it will be like this? We'll learn it later, not now. What about here? In the first example in our lesson, here, estimate then subtract, write each difference in simplest form. I have this 5 and 2 out of 5 minus 3 and 4 out of 5. I have a question for all of you. Is this is fractions are like or alike fractions? This is like or alike fractions. Who can answer? Who can tell me? It's like or alike? 5 and 2 out of 5 minus 3 and 2 out of 5. this with a denominator 5, this with a denominator 5. They are like or unlike fractions? I hear someone say they are like. Yes, because with the same denominator they are called like fraction. Okay? Now, how to subtract this one? Normally, I can say 5 minus 3 equals 2 and 2 out of 5 minus 4 out of 5. I can subtract 2 minus 4. I can subtract 4 out of 5 from 2 out of 5. Is it normal? I can use it. I can subtract it. Anyone else? 2 minus 4 equals what? I heard someone said 2. Oh, no. 2 minus 4 can be normally. When you subtract a normal number, whole numbers, 2 minus 4 can be. Because I cannot take out 4 from 2, right? As a normal, when you subtract a normal number like this, for example, 32 minus 17, remember this? 2 minus 7 equal what? It can't be. We pull 1 from next place, 3 becomes 2 and 2 becomes 12. This we started before, but we can warm up to be ready for the fractions. Now we pull. Okay, 2 becomes 12, 12 minus 7 is 5, and 2 minus 1 is 1. We'll follow the steps in mixed number, but how we deal with this situation? I will rename to borrow. When to borrow 1 from the whole, I want to borrow 1 from the whole. The whole is what? 5. If you borrow 1 means take 1 from 5. 5 minus 1 is, anyone else? 5 minus 1 is, yes, it's 4. Right. What about how to give the fraction 1 whole? Remember this, when I asking you for the equivalent fraction for this slide, okay, see, equivalent fractions like this, 7 out of 7, 5 out of 5, 12 out of 12, 8 out of 8, all of this is equals to 1. Means 1 whole means you can write a fraction with the same number in the denominator and denominators. Here and this, our example, I want to borrow 1. 1 means 1 whole means as a fraction here I have with denominator is 5, right? If I have to write 1 as 5 out of 5. If it is 7 down here in denominator, we write 7 out of 7. If it's 8, write 8 out of 8. But here I have in this problem, I have denominator is 5. If to borrow 1 means you have to borrow 5 out of 5. Add it to what? Now I will add 5 out of 5 means 1. Add it to the main fraction in this one is 2 out of 5. Now I will add, it will be what? 5 plus 2 is what? 7. And 5 plus 5 equals what? Equals what? 5 plus 5 in denominator. You can answer. 5 plus 5 equals what in denominator? Someone say 10. Why is 10? We add denominators in like fractions. When you add them fractions, just keep it. Don't add denominators in like fractions. 5 plus 5 will keep it. It will be 5. Okay, now 5 out of 5 plus 2 out of 5, it will be, we add denominator 7 and keep denominator. Okay, now this will be, here will be 4 and the fraction will be what? 7 out of 5. 7 out of what? Out of 5. Now I make what? Rename. Now it's what? Rename. Borrow 1 from 5. Okay, to give 1 whole to the fraction. Okay, 1 whole means 5 out of 5. Okay, according to the denominator. Okay, and then add 5 out of 5, that 1 whole. Add it to what? The main fraction in the problem is 2 out of 5. Now we add normally as we studied before how to add like fractions. Okay, 5 plus 2 and denominator is 7 and keep denominator. Now this will be 4 and 7 out of 5. Now I can subtract. Keep the second one in the same. Okay, now we subtract. Okay, 4 minus 3 equals what? 1. And 7 out of 5 minus 4 out of 5. We subtract. Who can answer? If I have to subtract 7 out of 5 minus 4 out of 5, I'll give you a chance for 15 seconds to answer this. I'm waiting. 7 out of 5 minus 4 out of 5 equals what? Someone else? Yes, good. 7 minus 4 equals to 3. And 5 minus 5, it will be the same. Don't subtract and don't add and denominator. Just keep it, okay, without any change. Now, the final answer is what? Is 1 and 3 out of 5. It's clear, guys? Dear students, any question? Okay. Now, I will show you the answer in the next slide. Here is the answer already, okay? Now, this is all of this with like fractions. What about if I have like this example? Okay, think about this example number 2. 4 and 1 out of 4 minus 2 and 5 out of 8. They are called the mixed number, right? I have a question. Is this a like or unlike fractions for the mixed number? Like or unlike fractions? Anyone else to answer? Okay, I'm waiting. This is like or unlike fractions. Look at the denominators. They are the same or different. The first one with the denominator is 4, and the second one with the denominator is 8. They are called like or unlike? Yes, good. This is unlike fractions. 4 and 8, they are different denominators. It's called unlike fractions. Okay, before we go to subtract, we have to make it like fractions. How to make it? Find LCD for denominators. What does it mean? I have C. The first one with the denominator 4, and the second one with denominator is 8. Is 4 can be 8. Anyone else? Is 4 can be 8. Any number multiplied by 4 give us 8. Someone else? I hear someone say 4 times 4. No. 4 times 4 not 8. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times by what equals 8? Yes, 4 times by 2. Great. Now I should multiply the first fraction by 2. I will multiply only the denominator or both denominator and denominator. Yes, both of them. Multiply, see as here writing 4 and 1 out of 4, multiply both of them, denominator and denominator by 2. Means 1, as you see here. Okay? Now we multiply denominator and denominator by 2. 2 times by 1 is 2, and 4 times by 2 is 8. Now this will be like this. 4 and 2 out of 8 minus 5 and 2 out of 8. Again, pay attention with me now. Before we start to subtract any fractions, mixed numbers, check first if the denominator or the fractions are like or alike. If it's like, go ahead, as a normal as we studied before. If it's alike, please try to make it like by using LCD. Okay, here I have two different alike fractions, 4 and 8. The smaller one is 8. Is 4 can be 8? Yes, by multiply by what? By 2. We multiply this fraction, both of them, denominator and denominator, by 2. It will be like this. 4 and 2 out of 8 minus 2 and 5 out of 8. Now it's like. Okay? Okay. Now back to our situation about how to subtract. Now it's already like. Now, I will ask, I can subtract 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5 equals what? 2 minus 5. I heard someone say is 3. How? 2 minus 5. I can take away 5 from 2? I can't. What we should do what? Someone else, what we have this situation? What the solution this? What? Yes, borrow. Yes, we have to borrow or make a regroup. It's called rename. We have to borrow 1 from the whole. Here, see, rename. To borrow 1. You cannot subtract 5 out of 8 from 2 out of 8. So, rename 4 and 2 out of 8 to show more 8. Okay? How we rename as we learned before? Here means we have to borrow 1 from 4. Take 1 from 4 becomes what? Take 1 becomes, yes, 3. Alright, here 3. Okay, what about the fraction? How to give him 1? Who can tell me? We saw in the first example how to give 1 whole to the fraction. Anyone else? I'll give you a second to give me how to give 1 whole to the fraction. I heard someone said 8 out of 8. Yes, it's 8 out of 8. Look at the denominator is 8. By 1 means 8 out of 8. I have to borrow 1 from whole number. 4 becomes 3. Give 1 whole to the fraction 2 out of 8. 1 whole means 8 out of 8. So 8 out of 8 will add it to the main fraction, and the problem is 2 out of 8. Who can find this one? 8 out of 8 plus 2 out of 8. Who can give the answer? 8 plus 2 equals, I heard someone say 10 out of 10. You are right. 8 plus 2 is 10. Keep the denominator without any change. Okay? Now, so this will be 4 and 2 out of 8 will be 3, and what the new fraction it will be? Yes, 10 and 10 over 8 or 10 out of 8. Now I can subtract normally. They are like fraction already, right? Okay. Now normally subtract. Who can start with me? 10 minus 5 equals? Yes, 10 minus 5, 10 out of 8 minus 5 out of 8 will be what? We subtract 10 minus 5 will be 5, and 8 in the denominator, keep it without any change. Now we subtract the whole. 3 minus 2 will be 1. So 4 and 1 out of 4 minus 2 and 5 out of 8 will be 1 and 5 out of 8. It's clear, guys? Dear students, it's clear? Okay. I'm giving you now practice to check yourself about what you understand it for this slide. I'm giving you just a minute to think about this practice for number 2, 3, and 4 in your book, page number 691. I'm giving you a minute to think about this. Okay, remember the first one, number 2 is like or unlike. Second one, like or unlike. Third one, number 4, like or unlike. It's like, go ahead. If it's unlike, try to make it like by using LCD. Okay, I'm waiting. Still you have a time to thinking, deep thinking. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay. Okay, we'll go now to answer this practice. I heard someone from my class and dear students. I saw many: Hamad, Fawzan, Rayyan, Khalid, Amir, and Ammar, Mishari also. A lot of students answer this number 2. Because it's easy. Because, okay, 4 and 3 out of 8 minus 1 and 5 out of 8 are like fractions. Right, so? Okay. How to deal with this one? 4 minus 1 is 3. What about 3 minus 5 in the fractions? We can subtract it? Yes or? Yeah. We can? Yes, we cannot. What's the solution for this situation? Abdullah, what's the solution for this? We borrow, yes, we borrow 1. We borrow 1 from what? From the whole. Now, I have to borrow 1 from the whole. 4 becomes what? 3. And give 1 whole to what? To the fraction. The fraction I have 3 out of 8. The main fraction. To give 8 a whole means I add the same denominator, 8 out of 8. Now it will be 3 plus 8 will be 11 out of 8. So 4 and 3 out of 8 by renaming will be 3 and 11 out of 8. Minus, second one will be the same without any change, 5 and 1 out of 8. Now we can answer. Who can answer? Abdullah Walid. Please pay attention. You are at the corner. Okay, please pay attention. Who can answer this? Now it's after renaming it would be 3 and 11 out of 8 minus 1 and 5 out of 8. Okay? Normally we subtract 11 minus 5, it will be 6 out of 8. 3 minus 1 is 2. This is the final answer? The final? Someone else? I hear someone said yes. No. See? Right in simplest form. This is in simplest form? Not yet. Because 6 and 8, both of them in table 2. Means you have to divide both of them by 2. I will divide both of them by 2 to write it in simplest form. So the answer will be 2, the whole. 6 divided by 2 will be 3, and 8 divided by 2 will be 4. Is it clear? Okay? And now, number 3. 3 and 1 out of 6 minus 1 and 1 out of 3. This is like or alike. Okay? Anyone else? Yeah, this is a like fraction because with different denominators, 3 and 6. Now we have to make it like 6 and 3. 3 can be 6. Yes, by multiply by what? Anyone else? 3 times by what give you 6? Multiply by what? Yes, 2. Multiply by 2 up and down. Okay, so this will be 3 and 1 out of 6 minus 1 and 2 out of 6. Now I can subtract. Now it's like fractions because the same denominator. But I have another problem. What is? Who can tell me what is? I have like fraction. Before it was a like. Now it like fractions. But I have another problem, which is our lesson for today is what? Is what? Remember, is what? Subtract with renaming. Subtract. This is our lesson about subtract with renaming. Okay. Now, as you see here, I can subtract 1 minus 2. It's can be because 1 smaller than 2. We have to what? To rename it. Rename it means we have to regroup or borrow 1. Borrow 1 from what? Borrow 1 from the whole. And 3 becomes what? Yes, 2. And the 1 out of 6 will be what? Yeah, 1 out of 6. To give it 1 whole means what I have at the denominator 6 means 6 out of 6. Okay, will be 1 plus 6 is 7 out of what? I heard someone say 12. Why? Again, same mistake. 6 plus 6 in denominator, same. Okay, same denominator without any change. So 3 and 1 out of 6, it will be 2 and 7 out of 6. Minus the second one, the same. So the answer will be now 7 out of 6 minus 2 out of 6. Who can answer this? 7 out of 6 minus 2 out of 6. 7 minus 2 equals, yes, 5 out of 6, same denominator, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Is it in simplest form? Yes, it's simplest form because there is no common factor between 5 and 6. Is it clear, guys? Okay? Okay. And now, number 4, it will be for you to check your answer at home. Okay, it's clear this one? Okay, I will erase the answers. Okay, here, the second slide, the answers already here. Okay, you can check by yourself, by your steps. And the last slide is for your homework as a worksheet. This is available in the school website. This worksheet is available in the school website. Okay, this is worksheet. And your homework as written in diary here. The homework for today is page 693, number 1, 2, and 3. I hope you understand everything about the lesson. Remember that we studied this about the mixed number and how to rename, okay, and equivalent fractions. It was our lesson for today. Sometimes we need to rename like this, okay, to subtract with renaming. Okay, have a good day, and I hope you understand the lesson. If you have any questions, just contact me. Okay, and it will be available. This session, it will be available in the school website, and the new icon is called My School. Okay, you can find this one inshallah soon. Okay, have a good day and goodbye.